Hi, everybody. It's Sally Sparks with Streamside Music and the Keep Music Live project. I'm here tonight with Hiroya Tsukamoto. Hi, Hiroya.
Hi, Sally. Thank you for organizing this.
Yeah, and hope everybody's having a nice winter evening. And we had a little bit of snow, about a half an inch this
Mhm.
afternoon, late when it was getting to be that beautiful time. So we're kind of nice and cozy here tonight, and we've got our fire going and our
Nice.
pets around the hearth. And so I hope everybody can just sit back and be safe and enjoy some nice music tonight. Hiroya's been with us at Streamside here in Asheville, North Carolina, probably about, three times maybe, I think
Yeah,
at
maybe
least.
3 times. It's a beautiful location where you live.
Yeah,
Yeah.
so how are things in Queens for you now, Hiroya?
I'm pretty much stuck here. Still there are many people here, so yeah, I'm trying to be at home. And when I go out, I try to go to the mountains to do a winter hike.
Yeah,
So not many people there.
that's a bit far for you to go from Queens, though, isn't it?
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
Hmm.
So we're fortunate here. We're in the Appalachians, so a mountain hike is just out the door for us.
That's right.
So
Yeah.
we're trying to remember how lucky we are in so many ways, even though everybody's struggling. Anyway, I'm not going to talk long. We haven't been doing as many concerts lately,
Mhm.
but we are going to have at least one more thing coming up, and that's going to be a St. Patrick's Day. I don't know if it'll be exactly on St. Patrick's Day, but Billy Jackson and Grania Hamley will be coming to us from Ireland to celebrate St. Patrick's Day in March. But we
Wow.
may sneak something in the meantime. But just stay tuned with us through the Keep Music Live project or with Streamside Music on streamsidemusic.com. So I'm going to bow out and turn it over to Hiroya for some great music. And it's good to see you and good to have you with it, Hiroya. And we hope we can have you back at Streamside
Yeah,
sometime.
that'd be great. Thank you, Sally.
Okay. Enjoy, everybody.
Thank you. So I'm gonna turn. Hello, everybody. I hope you can see me well. Yeah, you can hear me well. And if you have any issue, trouble, you can do the chat. And also, please let me know where you're watching from. And I wonder where you're watching from. And I think some people I know and some new people. And so I hope you will enjoy some music and stories tonight. And I'm streaming from Queens, New York, in my apartment. And so I'm trying to do something different tonight for some songs I always play. And I'm gonna start with something different today, and this is called a mountain song. Thank you. That was called a mountain song. How is the sound? How's the visual? I wonder if I can see the comment. Let me see. Oh yes, now I can see it. Asheville, thank you. Lots of people from Asheville. Oh, from Hawaii? Wow. Thank you. Okay. So I'm gonna play something new now. Oh, actually, I'm gonna play something I always play, but in a different key. So I hope you can feel fresh if you know this piece. And I'm using this guitar today, and I'm gonna use two other guitars later on. And this is a Martin HD28. It's exactly 40 years old, and it has a very warm sound, even though it's a virtual, so you can't really like feel the vibration, but at least I hope you can hear the good sound. Yeah, that's what we can do for now. And I wrote this piece in a small village back in Kyoto Prefecture, where my grandparents are from. And both of my grandparents came from this tiny village. And it's a very, very small community, and everybody knows each other at those kind of place. And as a kid, I used to go there a lot with my family, and sometimes just with my brother, just two of us. And we spent lots of times in these mountains in the valley. And I just have a great memory of this place. And I haven't been back to this place for a long time. And about 7 years ago or so, I had a chance coming back to this place after a long time. And I brought my guitar and I wrote this piece there. The name of the piece is called Takibi. Takibi, Takibi. Takibi is a Japanese word which means bonfire, because making bonfire was kind of a tradition. And what they do is they, instead of like a campfire, what they did was I don't know the English term, but they burn unnecessary branches. They cut out, and they collect those branches and they burn it. And sometimes my grandparents asked me to watch the fire, and I just sat down by the fire by myself and playing the guitar. And this is called a Takibi, bonfire. Okay. That was called Takibi, bonfire, which I wrote in a small village back in Kyoto, Japan. I hope the sound is okay, the visual okay. Thank you, Sally, for the donation links, and I truly appreciate your contribution for this online concert. If you enjoy what you see, what you hear, because I lost pretty much, I think, 120 shows or something, because I usually play 130 shows a year, and it's been almost a year since my last show in March. So yeah, I appreciate your contribution in this time. Okay, thank you. So I'm gonna switch the guitar, and this concert is presented by a Keep Live Music Project, which is based in Asheville, and I was supposed to play a show in Asheville, which is one of my favorite towns in the country. I love the vibe and people there, and the great locations near the Great Smoky Mountains. And I was looking forward to playing there, but of course, because of this COVID situation, it didn't happen. Instead, Sally Sparks suggested me to, why don't we do the virtual concert instead, and so tonight I'm playing for this concert. Thank you, Sally, and I hope to be back to Asheville. And okay, I'm gonna switch to nylon string guitar. Okay, and this is another nice guitar called Hongo guitar from Shizuoka, Japan, which is basically just one guy, and he makes all the guitars by himself. Everything in very traditional tools, and everything by hand. And this is what he made in 2004, so it's been 16 or 17 years. And I'm gonna share a piece which I wrote about a couple of months ago, and I named this as Across the Seasons. And when I composed this piece, I wanted to write something challenging for me to to play, especially my right hand, and this song requires constant arpeggio pattern, so which is challenging, but I'm gonna give it a try. Across the Season. Thank you. That was Across the Seasons, and I hope you liked it. Many people are commenting, but my laptop is a little bit far, so I'm gonna get close to watch. Thank you. Thank you. Yeah, any feedback welcome. And I'm using alternate tuning since this staying home time. And when this pandemic started in the end of March here in New York City, I think, I didn't know what to do in the beginning because my lifestyle has changed very much so suddenly. And before that, as I mentioned, I was traveling every week to different places and it suddenly stopped. So I knew I had to do something, but I just didn't know. But gradually I've been receiving many messages from different people from different states to encourage me or like be creative or I want to hear your new music or something like that. And those kind messages made me think that I need to write some new music and try to be more productive. And for the first piece that I wrote in April last year, I was thinking about, okay, for this project I wanted to use different tuning, and I came up with this open tuning, and I made the first piece in last April, and since then I composed some music with this tuning, and this the piece that I just played was one of them. And I'm gonna play one more piece with this tuning and with this guitar. And this piece is related to Asheville, North Carolina. So I wanna tell a story behind this song. And in 2019, almost 1.5 years ago, I taught at a music camp near Asheville, Suwananoa. It's a little town, maybe from Asheville 15 minutes to get there. And it's a small town, but it has a college called Warren College, I believe. And it's in a beautiful location in the mountains. And the music camp was that college because it's the summertime and nobody's there. So people can stay there and play music there and do concerts there. And I taught 3 classes for the guitar week. And I had a great time in that community. And the same week there was another gathering called a Contemporary Folk Week. And it's all part of the Suwananoa gathering, Guitar Week, Contemporary Folk Week. And between my 3 classes, I had free time. And I heard that if you are an instructor, you can take other classes for free. And I was thinking, why not? And I decided to take one of the vocal class because I never took vocal lessons in my life. So I thought it would be very fresh, and it was very inspiring too. And in the vocal class, the teacher, her name is Mora, asked students to write a music in the class without using any musical instruments. And so she said to us, you could stay here in the classroom or you can go out, but anyway, I want you to compose something new. And after 15 minutes, come back to the class and I want to hear that piece. And I thought that was very hard without the guitar. But I went out from the building and I walked in the woods and looking up the trees, sky, and I was hoping to come up with a nice melody. But after a while, nothing came. But eventually, in the last minute, this simple melody came about with the Japanese words. And after coming back to the classroom, I sang this just a 4-line phrase. And in the same week, there was a morning meditation, which was led by a monk from California. He's an American monk. And I tried to be there. And the first day I was there, and I just had a very peaceful time, quiet, peaceful time with the monk and the other people who participated. So even though it was hard to get up because we stay up late and eat, drink, playing music together, but I set up the alarm every morning, and so I try to be the meditation at 6:30 a.m. And in the meditation, I was observing the people while I was meditating and while monk was telling stories. And since monk was telling us a very, how can I say, honest way, and his stories about the life, like something happy and something serious, and he just talks straight to people. And as I was observing, people started to be more open, and then they started sharing their life stories, some serious problem, troubles, and some happy topic, everything. And I was too. I thought I changed that way if people started be more open. And there are many students from daytime, and some of my guitar students were there, and I saw some instructors, and those instructors were the basically performers who usually tours across the countries, and they usually seem very bright and has a great presence at the stage, but in the meditation they seem very honest, and what I thought was, even though like we sometimes try to be very positive or happy just to make ourselves nicer, but in our part is same. Everybody's same. Everybody has problem. Some negative thoughts, and I think basically we are humans, same. So I came up with another part in the meditation, and I combined these two parts together from that week in Swananoa, and I made this piece. And I named this as Morning Tide Will Bring Another Day. You built us a house up on a hill. There's an ocean view from every room. All alone, you sit there and gaze, hoping that the memory fades. I also built a house up on a hill. There is a sound of water in the air. All the pain that you have endured washes out beyond the shore. Pain is but a part of every life. But these are the words I cannot bear to say. We are just drops of water in the sea. Morning tide will bring another day.「風が運ぶ歌を知らないあなたは僕を置いてゆく」「生きてゆくのは辛い」「それを言わないだけ」僕もあなたと同じまた朝が来たね僕もあなたと同じまた朝が来たねThat was called A Morning Tide Will Bring Another Day, which I wrote in Swananoa, North Carolina in 2019. I hope you're having a good time. Yes? I can't hear, but I hope you're having a good time. I'm gonna sit the guitar again. Let's see. Thank you, sounds wonderful. Thank you, Sarah, Kia. I'm gonna play two songs related to Colorado. And this piece is called Going to Durango. And as you know, Durango is the name of the town in Colorado. But I never been there when I was back in Japan. And of course, and while I was studying American geography in the middle school, and I love the map. And in the class, I was just looking at the American map. And I found a little town called Durango in the middle of nowhere. And I was imagining how the town is, how the scenery is over there, because I never been there, and but I kind of like the sound of the town, Durango, and that was in my head for a long time, and finally I got to see Colorado when I came here. So this was my image of America, and this image is mostly like southwestern part of United States, the big land, mountains, and yeah, this is called Going to Durango. that was a going to Durango. Okay, I'm gonna sit the guitar. Thank you, Vicky. You really captured the mood in Suwanano. Thank you. All right. And this is another guitar called Larrivee guitar. It's originally from Canada, founded by a guy called John Larrivee, the wonderful luthier, and now they moved the company to Oxnard, California, which is near Santa Barbara, California. And this is the newest song that I wrote about 2 weeks ago, so I'm gonna share this piece with you. And again, as I mentioned, this song is also related to Colorado. And near Durango, there's another town called Cortez, C-O-R-T-E-Z. Some of you might be familiar with this town because there's a Native American old ruin, Mesa Verde National Park, which I've been there a couple of times. And when I first went there about 11 years ago with my wife, and back then we were just a couple, or not married, but anyway, I went with my wife, and she was searching the place to stay near there, near Cortez. And she found this place called Flagstone Meadow Ranch. And when we went there for the first time, it was in the middle of nowhere, and it was a beautiful location. It was the cabin, it's a log house. And in addition to the location and the place itself, the owner of the place, his name was Harris, was just a wonderful guy, very, very kind guy, and we had a great time. And 2 years later, we decided to come back because I had some shows in Colorado. But this time, since we had a great time in Southwest in Colorado, I wanted to bring my parents from Japan, because they've been to big cities in the United States, such as New York, Boston, LA, but they never been to Southwest part of United States. So I wanted them to see those big landscape, which they really can't see in Japan. And they flew from Japan, and we booked this place again. And my parents had a great time with this place and with this guy Harris. And this guy Harris was married to a Navajo woman, so he's fluent in Navajo, and he was introducing us those Native American culture, and we were just listening his stories. And about a month ago, my wife was just wondering. Since where we live, there are many COVID cases and we can't really go out. And my wife just said, I just want to go out somewhere like in Harris's place, and not many people there and surrounded by nature. And she was searching the place, and she couldn't find even the website. And she was like, what happened? And we ended up knowing that this place was sold about 4 years ago to another couple. They were supposed to take over this place, but they didn't. I don't know why. Oh, that's the Mesa Verde National Park. Thank you, Sally. And we also ended up knowing that Harris passed away 2 years ago. And we were like, oh, because even though we don't think him every day, but we were hoping to come back this place someday, but he was gone, and I was just thinking about him and this wonderful place, and I wrote this piece. And I played this piece for the first time in my last streaming show 2 weeks ago, I think, and one viewer suggested "Wide Clear Sky" as a title, so I named this as "Wide Clear Sky." Thank you. That was a wide, clear sky. Okay, I think I'm gonna do a couple more songs for you. All right. I'm gonna do a Japanese folk song. And this is one of the most well-known Japanese folk song, which is a beautiful melody and harmony. And some of you might know about Japanese history, but for a long time we were a closed country, so which means we didn't have any exchange or relationship to other countries, and we basically refused. Okay, we're gonna block the country to protect. And but once we opened the country, which was around the 1860s, I believe, So many things came to Japan from Western countries, especially from Europe, and some things from United States too. And the music was one of the things. And people around that time in Japan, and those composers were very surprised, how can I say this? Very impressed by Western classical music, and they try to combine those Western harmony to compose new music with based on Japanese folk melody. So this is one of them, and I'm gonna play it, but I'm gonna make sure that tuning. And this is called a Furusato, which means home, hometown. That was called Furusato, home. And thank you for watching. I'm gonna play one more piece for tonight. And again, if you enjoy what you see, what you hear, I would greatly appreciate any contribution in this time as a full-time musician who lost all the gigs for now. And I wanted to mention that I have a website, Facebook page, Instagram, and besides those things, I made a Patreon page, which is basically my fan page for my music. And what I do is I share things I don't share in other social media, which is like something like new music and some guitar tips, and in my basically my creative process in this time. And also I've been practicing music by different composers, and I practice old Baroque repertoire and old American folk songs and those pieces, and I share on this Patreon page. And oh yes, thank you for Sally for sharing that. That's patreon.com Hiroya Tsukamoto. And if you become a member now, I have a very beautiful artwork which I collaborated with my friend in Tennessee. Actually, he lives in Great Smoky, Bill. He made a beautiful artwork. And what he asked me was that he asked me to write a handwritten chart for two of my original songs, which I did, and I sent him those handwritten chart. And on top of my handwritten chart, and he did a guitar printing. So it's just beautiful. I don't have it with me now. I have to look for it in my, but I share it. So yeah, if you become a member, I'm gonna mail this artwork to you. Okay, and again, thank you so much for watching, and thank you. Keep a live music project to present this virtual concert. Okay, I'm gonna finish this set with my favorite Scottish folk song, which I just love, and this is called Water is White. wings to fly. Build me a boat that can carry two, and both shall row. My love and I, and both shall row. My love and I, and both shall row. My love and I. Thank you very much for everybody for watching, and please stay well and hope to see you for the next time. Thank you.